Okay, so this is looking pretty good. First thing I wanted to mention though was if you look at the instructions here, it says to choose File, Archive, Scene, which should put a zip file in your scenes directory, and you turn in that zip file. So if just to show you, if I go File, Archive, Scene, um, and then it shows result, and here's the path of where it's putting that zip file. So it's that zip file that you would be uploading for your assignment. And the reason for that in this case is that it would come with the image plane images if you include the whole zip file, whereas the my scene file does not include those images. It just sort of points to them, and they don't, have your image plane. So um, yeah, I think generally this is looking pretty good. I had sent you and everybody a tutorial on how to properly attach the hand to the arm, and I would say follow that instead of what you've got going on here. Not real happy with all this stuff ending in triangles. So what I would do is let me just turn on symmetry. Um, I'll probably take out couple of these loops and probably this situation here, and then get this back here. Control E, and might circularize this just to get it a little bit closer to the shape of the arm, and then maybe kind of flatten it that way a little bit. Uh, just trying to get these a little closer together to start with, and then you need to terminate edge loops. So if I go to display, heads up display, poly count, and I pick this edge, well, 26. Just going to turn off symmetry for a second. So you've got 13 because of this extra one here. Um, Do we need that to be going all the way across? I'm going to try deleting that. Shift right mouse click delete edge. I think that we can, if you need more detail on the breasts, I think we'll handle that in a different way, so I can come back to that in a bit. I think here, um, so now we're back to 12, and here we've got 24. And so I just need to make this half as many, which is going to be easier. And so the process for this is I'm going to use the multi-cut tool, Control Shift X, and then I'll click here, and I'll go across one edge to the next one here, and then cross this edge to the next one there, and then hit Enter. And that kind of looks like two sides of an A. And if I just make sure it turns red before you click, so it's exactly on that vert. And now I've kind of completed the A, capital letter A, and then I'm going to select some edges and delete them. So select this one, this one, this one, and this one. And those edges kind of remind me of like a simple house drawing, like a child's drawing of a house. And then I'm going to delete those edges using Shift right mouse click, delete edge. And what that gives us is it loops back on itself, and they're all four-sided edges. So instead of getting a bunch of triangles, we have kind of a better topology. So just to speed this up, I'm going to kind of do the rest in a big batch. I'll start here, and again we cross over one to here, cross over one to there. But I'll just keep going around while I'm at it. So here and here, here. If this is confusing, just do them one at a time. But I'm just trying to speed it up. Make sure I'm crossing two every time, and yeah, back to this one. Make sure they turn red every time. So I've got all of those, and then I just need to cross all the A's, if you will. So just one at a time. Here to here, there to there, and here to here, and here to here. Okay, and let's go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can just do that for all these. Select all the little houses. Two, three, four, and then shift right mouse click, delete edge. So now they'll all end in. Oh, I turned off symmetry, so I don't think I did it for the other side, but I can remirror the whole thing when I'm done. So now we've got, I can see, why is it saying 48? Sometimes it does weird stuff like that. Oh, because I had 3 for smooth. So yeah, so it says 12 there, and then 12 here. So I'll select both of these, shift right mouse click, bridge, and then now I have a seamless connection where everything remains quads, and it's just better topology. And then you can go in and adjust the shape of the wrist a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, if you needed more topology to work with on the breasts rather than doing an edge loop that went all through everything, what I would probably do. See, I'm not real happy. What you ended up with is a 5-sided face here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which isn't so great. Again, because you wanted more topology there. But I'm going to delete that, and instead what I'm going to do is, let's see if symmetry is still working for me. I'll take these, maybe that too, and Control E for extrude. Kind of pull these out, scale that in there. I know that's not the shape you want, but what happens is you have more geometry now to work with, and then you can kind of shape it how you want, but without creating an edge loop that kind of crisscrosses the whole, the whole body and makes problems elsewhere. So just extrude some stuff out to give yourself the geometry you need and then shape that. And obviously that's not shaped well, but just take the time to move the points around to get that the shape you want. And again, we've got a not so great situation here where you have these, many-sided faces here. They call them n-gons when they're more than 4 sides, and we don't want that. So I think once again, I think you can attack this one from both sides. So I'm going to take this out because so you've got 16 here and you've got 26 here. I think you could definitely don't like this triangle there. Don't like what's happening here with this. I guess that's all right. I think it's tricky the way this ends in there. But at least this one, I guess you could do that. I think that this is looking all really stretched here, and I'd be more likely to, have this, end there, and then this here. And I usually like to have something down the center line anyways, and then I would take out these guys, shift right mouse click delete edge, and get that shaped a little bit better. And then I can Control Shift X, I can add some more geometry here and then get that shaped a little bit better. And so now we're up to 18, and so, but also, yeah, this has some weird stuff going on. Like this edge seems just odd. I'm just gonna remove. Yeah, there's something got. I'm gonna just separate. Well, there should be something going down the center line, but somehow that got gummed up here. So yeah, something went awry. Oops. With this having the center line. I'm just gonna do mesh separate and I'm just gonna isolate this one, that button right there. Try to delete half of it if I can. Ooh, I gotta turn symmetry off first. W, left mouse click, symmetry. Okay, let's see if we can get this back to the point where we sort of have a clean half. There's just some. Let's see if we can take out this. Shift right mouse click delete edge, right mouse click face, and then get rid of these guys, and whoops, and maybe that situation there, and I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, I'm just trying to start from a clean point, and then I'll take maybe this edge, and but just around there, and Control E for extrude edge, and kind of push that here, and then I'll convert that to vertices. I can use select, convert selection to vertices, or Control F9. And let's make sure that's exactly on the center edge. So if I use this little interface here, it might be hidden, which means you need to expand it like that. And then I click here, I do absolute transform, and make sure I'm in the move mode, and type 0 in the X direction. All of those points will be now exactly along the center line. I might, let me just, oh, see, it's sort of overlapping this. I think what I need to do, I'm going to undo that. Before I do that, I think I'm going to need to slide this in a bit. Shift right mouse click, slide edge, because they're kind of overlapping now. And this one, oh, see, that got a little tight there. Yeah. Maybe deselect that. Just get these over more. Okay. And then maybe I'll just select these verts like this. Make sure I got all the right ones selected. I do not. I don't have that or that. Okay. Or that. Don't really like this shape right now, but and again, let's go in move mode and 0 in the X direction. And now, yeah, I've got some spacing there, and that's centered. This isn't looking great. And so now that I've done that, I can mirror properly. Shift right mouse click, mirror options, turn cut geometry off, turn combine with original on, merge with border vertices, custom, and I like to use 0.001 mirror. Okay, so now the topology at least is clean with that, but I think the shape is a little funny here. I might go through with the, from services, the sculpt geometry tool options, and I'm going to turn on the smooth, which is right here, and under stroke I can put it on reflection so it works on both sides. Hold down B, the B key, left mouse drag to make those bigger, and just kind of spread out, I don't like what it's doing there, but spread out some of the, smooth out some of this a little bit to start, and then go back in and get a better shape going. But we have at least clean topology now to work with, and you can get your shape back at that point. So then now to deal with these, we can do the same thing about terminating some of these. It's really the same process as the hand, although it doesn't work as nicely because this one's 18 and this one's 28 now. So I've got to get rid of, some of them. So just look anywhere it's sort of crowded. Control Shift X. Let's turn on symmetry. W, left mouse click, symmetry. Control Shift X, and I'll do this to here, there, and enter. And then this one, enter, and then it's the same thing, it's just kind of looking at it upside down. Shift right mouse click, delete edge. Okay, where are we now? So now we're at 24, and we want to get down to 18. Okay, let's kind of do some of that at the back. Control Shift X. And this one, that one. Shift right mouse click, delete edge. Okay, and now we're at 20. So I think we just need one more. Maybe something on the side here. Will that do it right? Or that, hopefully. Worried it'll take out too many. So that's 16, and now we're at 18 there. What you can also do is, if I can afford to have one more edge here, I'm just going to extrude this and kind of look for where I could do just one more. Um, like, uh, or it could be that, wait, this one. Oh, wait. Um, Anyways, it's always some kind of weird compromise. I could always just see these are kind of lining up nicely now. Sort of. Kind of line these up. I'm just trying to figure out what to take out. Sort of extra one here. Not really in love with how that terminates anyways. I wonder what happens if we could take that out. And then you can always, like, again, you can use extrudes to get more detail there. Something like that. Anyway, might need to move these a little further apart just to have more room to, might scale this in a bit. Whoops, let's turn off symmetry first. Shift right mouse click, bridge. What? Oh. Why didn't that? Let's try that again. Oh, I thought. Oh, I separated earlier. Sorry. Mesh combine. Okay. Alright, and now I can bridge. Alright. And then, clean up the shape a bit. Anyway, and then. Oh, yeah, we already showed the hand. You just have to remirror the whole thing. And then, if you want to make these seamless, again, it's going to be that similar process of getting these. I feel like this feet could use a little more shaping. They're looking pretty primitive right now. But maybe try to get just the same number of edges at the top here to begin with. Take a look at what you've got. Like here on the leg, we've got 12. And so maybe make sure the thing, the top of the shoe, is that a foot or a shoe? I can't remember. Anyways, make sure that it has 12 and then it'll bridge easier. Hope that was all helpful. Yeah, you'll want to, if, in my case, I cut this in half. You'll want to remirror it if you didn't have it on symmetry when you fix stuff. But yeah, so coming along, I think. Yeah, I think you need to sort of clean up the topology where things meet each other.